the long-awaited Devil update. Now, where should we begin? I guess I can just show you how the enclosure looks like now. As you can see, everything is more or less the same. This plant has spread a bit, and this plant definitely spread. You can see down here it has a hole, and also behind this plant there is one hole, and also behind the cork there's a hole. When I first transferred it, next few weeks I haven't been even able to spot where it is, but I didn't really come and check it out at night. Every few days I would dump a male dubia roach, and the next day I would just find wings in some corner of the enclosure. So at least I knew that it's alive and that it is eating and that it is fine. Then after that initial few weeks, I started to spot it every now and then, either inside of cork or just between the leaves. It started to spend more time on the open. Not completely on the open, but you could at least sometimes see it. During that time, its main hiding place, at least from what I was able to observe, was behind the cork bark. And only there. It would sometimes be in the cork bark tube, but it looked like to me that it was just passing through. Now, there was a lot of humidity inside the enclosure, and that is fine because they need a lot of humidity. I have springtails inside, and I didn't spot any sign of mold or fungi, which is excellent, but those springtails are really, and I mean really thriving. There is a lot of them. So I decided to let it dry a bit and hopefully to kill off some of that extra springtails, but that didn't really do much. But one thing that I noticed, Centipede started to dig. Now, maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe because humidity level was starting to drop, it felt need to dig deeper, because at lower level of substrate there's more humidity, of course. So it's this hole, and you can see the dirt around it. That's all the dirt that the centipede dig out. I mean, the devil dig out. Now, it could be just a plain coincidence. I really don't know. That is just my observation. I tried to record the feeding, but the biggest problem is, as soon as I shined the bright light, it would get away. So even if I spotted it outside, when I tried to record it, when I moved the enclosure so I can open it or something like that, it would just move away. So that's the main reason why I haven't been able to make this update earlier, because I wanted to have at least one feeding clip. It would be pointless to do an update without any feeding clip. So I managed to record one that is alright and the other that is a bit less alright. But yeah, I will show it later. I want to finish off this first. Now, as you know, I have the other centipede, Scolopendra. This is Scolopendra dehaani, and this should be Scolopendra, I forgot the Latin name, but I will just write it down. And funny story, if you're following me on the Instagram or Facebook, you already saw the picture, but I wanted to get a nice feeding clip, and the centipede was in this corner. So I threw the roach beside it, but that just triggered centipede to go into a panic mode, I guess, and it bolted straight up out of the enclosure. But thankfully I was recording that on my floor, and as soon as it got down on the floor, it had trouble walking on the floor, because floor is wooden and it's shiny, not shiny, it's slick would be appropriate word, I guess. So unlike tarantulas that has almost like sticky pads on its fingers and hooks, centipedes don't have that on their legs. That's the main reason why they can't climb glass or plastic. The only reason it got out is because it's long enough to stretch and go out. So on polished surface it can't really walk, it just wiggles there weirdly. I mean, it is moving forward, but really slowly, and unfortunately I didn't exactly record that because I was also in panic mode when I saw it. So I didn't turn the camera to see it, I was instead looking for a catch cup to cup it. But yeah, funny story. And important thing about this centipede, even though in video I said that I would like to call it Satan, I personally wasn't really satisfied with that name, because I don't know, I wanted to keep the theme going, but Satan it just sounded wrong. And thankfully someone in comments said that actually few people wrote that I should name it DIABLO, and that is awesome name. I actually played Diablo 1 and 2 and I really loved that game. So word Diablo has much bigger impact to me, the Lord of Terror. And also Devil, Diablo, DD, Dark Dan, Hell yeah! I will need to do an enclosure for Diablo, similar like this, but I would like to change the design a bit because it's not really practical. I'm not satisfied how this one works. The dimensions are good, but I don't know, this top not working out as I would like it. I don't know, we will see in the future. This plastic tub is much bigger than I originally used for the Devil, so Diablo will be fine. And also as a kid I had a model car of Lamborghini Diablo. Really nice name. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's the Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. I upload every Monday and Friday, so see you again soon. Bye!